I make $18,000 a month selling websites with Claude, and I don't build a single one of them by hand. I'm 20 years old and I used to work at McDonald's for 2 years. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how this works, the real system and not theory. But stay with me, because the part that actually makes the money isn't building the website, it's one move at the very end that almost everyone gets wrong. And it's the difference between making a few $100 and making 18 grand a month. So let's get into it. So before any of the steps, you have to understand one idea, because everything else is built on top of it. You build one website, one template, and then you reuse it over and over. You're not making a brand new custom site for every client. That's a job, and a job doesn't scale. You build one really good template for one type of business, and then every new client just gets the same template with their name and their colors dropped in. So your first one takes a while, but your 10th one takes you 30 minutes. And the price stays the same every time. That gap between the 30 minutes it takes you and what they pay you every month, that's the entire business right there. You're not selling your hours, you're selling a finished thing, and you're doing it very fast and scalable. Step 1 is you pick one type of business, just one. Not anyone who needs a website. That's the mistake that everybody makes. You pick plumbers or electrician or roofers or med spas, just one. And here's why that actually matters. When you only sell to one kind of business, you start to sound like you actually understand them. You know their world, you know what they care about, and honestly, a plumber is going to trust the guy who only builds plumber websites way more than some random designer who does a little bit of everything. I know niching down feels like you're shrinking your options. It's the opposite. It makes everything easier, your pitch, your template, all of it. So just pick one and start today. Step 2 is building the template, and this is the part that it used to be impossible and is now genuinely easy. I don't write the websites myself. Claude does it. I just tell it what kind of business it's for and it writes the whole thing. The headline, the service, the about section, all of it. The kind of copy that used to cost hundreds of dollars from a writer is done in one prompt. Then I take that, drop it into my website builder, clean it up, swap in the colors and save it as my own master template. This used to take people 8 or 10 hours by hand. So if you've been telling yourself you can't do this because you can't code or you're not a designer, I need you to hear this. That excuse is gone now. The building was the wall that kept normal people out of this business for years, and AI just knocked it down. Step 3 is my favorite because this is the part that actually closes people. So before you reach out to anyone, you build one demo, just a fake business in your niche so you got something real to show. But here's the move that's almost unfair. When you find a business with an ugly, outdated website, you can rebuild their site using their own photos and their own info and then show them the new version sitting right next to your old one. Think about what that does to them. They're looking at their sad old website and then right next to it is their clean modern version of their own business. That hits them right in the gut. They're not looking at a sales pitch, they're looking at their own business but just better. Because people don't really buy with logic. They buy with emotion, and nothing creates that emotion like showing someone a better version of the thing they're already proud of. At that point, you're not describing a website to them anymore, you're just showing them their future. The demo does the selling for you, and all you have to do is just get them to look at it. Step 4, and this is the thing that I promised you at the start, the part that decides whether you actually make money. And it's not getting the clients, it's keeping them. Because remember, this is a monthly business. They pay you every single month, so the whole game is making sure that they stick around. And the number one reason that people lose clients is honestly kind of dumb. They promise the wrong thing. So if you tell a client this website is going to flood them with new customers and then it doesn't, then they leave, and that's on you because you set the wrong expectations from the start. But if you tell them the truth, that you built their site and you host it and you keep it updated and you handle all the tech so they never have to think about it, then you can actually deliver that every month. And those clients stay with you for years. What you really are selling to them is the peace of mind. A website that just works, that they never have to worry about, that is peace. So promise that, deliver that, and then you don't have a client problem. That's the part that nobody talks about, and it's the part that turns this into $18,000 a month recurring revenue business where people stick around. And once you build a few of those yourself, you hand all of it and give it to somebody else, because you just focus on getting more clients, and that's how it stays recurring while you don't have to build everything from scratch again. So that's the whole thing. You pick one niche, you build one template with Claude, and you make one demo that sells by showing people their own business, but better. And then you keep on getting these clients by promising the right thing and slowly removing yourself from the process, so outsourcing yourself. And that's how a 20-year-old who was flipping burgers and putting fries in the bag is making $18,000 a month. And it's not magic, it's just 4 steps in the right order, done by someone who actually did it themselves. Now, I just gave you the what and the why, the exact step-by-step, and the real Claude prompts and the scripts for the calls. All of it is written out, and it's in a free guide down in the description. And the video here was the map, but the guide, which is free, is every single turn on the road. So if you're serious, go grab it. And if you still think a business would never pay for this, tell me why down in the comments. I will look at the comments, of course. And remember to like, subscribe, and comment, because I'm trying to reach 200 subscribers. See you in the next one.